Hello, and welcome to Tales for Life. In each episode of this podcast, we'll explore a folk or fairy tale from a different culture or region and discover the life lessons, values, and morals they offer that we can use today. Join me on the journey through the magical and meaningful world of folk and fairy tales. Welcome to another episode of Tales for Life, the podcast that journeys through life one tale at a time. I'm glad you're here with me, and to make sure you never miss an episode, be sure to subscribe. And speaking of episodes, let's get into today's, an episode I've titled, Do Unto Others as Will Be Done Unto You. Yes, the title of this episode is a little tweak on the golden rule, but for good reason. Life is not about maybes or ifs. It really is a what goes around comes around deal. Some people and religions refer to it as karma, but the good old word for everybody is comeuppance. And we've seen it happen. That person who cut you off in their car gets cut off by someone else or ends up stuck at the same traffic light as you. The person who's always rude to everyone else gets denied admission somewhere. The self-centered person you know gets to spend all sorts of time with themselves because no one else wants to be with them. The list of possibilities goes on and on because life is all about energy and balance. Nobody gets away with anything. But here's the bright side to all of this. It works the same way in reverse. That person at work who's always reliable gets promoted. The person who always makes time for someone else never gets forgotten or has more than enough help when something goes wrong for them. The person who's always smiling or friendly gets a surprise birthday party or a special gift from out of the blue. That person who always seems to work so hard suddenly hits the lottery or gets a big inheritance. You see, the energy of the universe never forgets. This is vital information for living a happy and fulfilling life, which means this knowledge had to end up in stories. And there are a lot of them. This particular one is from the Philippines and is titled, appropriately enough, The Golden Rule. A long time ago, there lived in a town a couple who had a son. The father of the husband lived with his son and daughter-in-law happily for many years. But when he grew very old, he became very feeble. Every time he ate at the table, he always broke a plate because his hands trembled so. The old man's awkwardness soon made his son angry, and one day he made a wooden plate for his father to eat out of. The poor old man had to eat all his food from this wooden plate. When the grandson noticed what his father had done, he took some tools and went down under the house. There he took a piece of board and began to carve it. When his father saw him and said to him, "What are you doing, son?" The boy replied to him, "Father, I am making wooden plates for you and my mother when you are old." As the son uttered these words, tears gushed from the father's eyes. From that time on, the old man was always allowed to eat at the table with the rest of the family, nor was he made to eat from a wooden plate. This is a short tale, but it really hits home. In just a few words, we get a generous dose of folk wisdom. I can't add much to the story, but I want to highlight a couple of points for us. First, nothing happens in a vacuum. That means even the things you think no one is around for or paying attention to are being seen somehow in some way. When the young man gave his father a wooden plate, he likely wasn't thinking that his own son was watching, but he was. And the same goes for us. Nothing happens in isolation. Second, because nothing happens in isolation, there's always that opposite and equal reaction. While we can likely understand the frustration and anger of the young man at having a broken plate at every meal, his choice of action and how wrong it was gets reflected back to him when he realizes he will be on the receiving end of a wooden plate someday. You or I may not be in danger of a wooden plate for dinner, but what are we in danger of? Telling someone they're no longer worthwhile? Getting made fun of for a habit or a little quirk? This sounds terrible, and it is, but there's hope in the third and key lesson from this brief tale. A miserable future doesn't have to happen. Just like the young man who realizes his mistake, a change of attitude and behavior averted his eventual disaster. And the same goes for us. We can't go back in the past and undo things we've done, but we can certainly change our present and, as a result, our future. That is, we can do unto others, and it will be done to us. What kind of future awaits you? Is it one of judgment or cruelty or unkind words and actions? Or is it one with generosity, kindness, friendships, and many other blessings? Guess what? You get to choose. So go out there today and do good, because remember that your actions today affect the reactions you'll get tomorrow. Thanks for listening, and I hope to see you next time on Tales for Life.